I've got an update for you. A Here in My Garage update. A lot of you saw my Here in My Garage original video. And it's funny, a lot of people just saw it, you know, a few seconds of it or 30 seconds. And a small percentage of people watched the whole thing and they got my meaning. And I remember the first time I realized, like, wow, that video changed people's life. A guy came up to me at a house, said, "You don't know me. First time I saw your Here in My Garage video, I was broke." I was like, you know, making $2 grand a month. He said, "I want you to know I'm a millionaire now. I make about $500,000 a month as a fitness trainer online. I watched what you did. I replicated the marketing techniques. I replicated, you know, kind of, well, the best way to learn something is replicate." That's why Pablo Picasso said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal." So he kind of stole my formula, which don't hurt my feelings, didn't hurt my income. Became a millionaire. And I'm not saying that everybody who watched Here in My Garage was a millionaire. What I'm saying is, if you learn to read between the lines, look, it's about Lamborghinis. There's 2 Rolls Royce here. The videos were never about the cars. I had my first fancy car, Maserati, Ferrari, in like 2008. I never put them online, but I realized, wait a second. What if people saw the reward of having common sense and street smarts? Because I don't have a college degree. But my mentors, 5 multimillionaire mentors, taught me the law of the jungle. You want to make money? There's a jungle out there. And, you know, I talk about the books. I got books. People go, "Why do you have books in your garage?" I said, "Because I ran out of room in the house. So I put it in the garage." It wasn't me. People go, "Oh, you're weird. You have books in your garage." I said, well, remember what Einstein said. The thing about smart people is they sound crazy to dumb people. So when you do something that seems a little crazy for the rest of the world and people talk crap about you, don't worry. Maybe it's just they don't get it. But for those of you who do get it, I thought I'd do a little update video, because one of the things that I really talked about in that video was my 67 steps. Basically, years ago, I said, I got all these mentors. They taught me all this stuff. I went from broke, less than $47 in my bank account. I remember learning how to make $8 grand a month and going from basically no money to making 6 figures. And it blew my mind. I learned how to do online. I was one of the first people to do Google AdWords, and all of a sudden my income went bow. And then later, I figured out how to make $1 million a year. That's when you start getting, you know, that's a little Lambo. That was the one in my original Here in My Garage. There's the Aventador. There's 2 Rolls Royces, and I got the Ferrari and the Maserati outside. I need a house with a bigger garage, I guess. But what really did that, where did the jump come from? 0 to 6 figures, 6 figures to 7, and then I did the jump from 7 to 8 figures. Simple. My mentors, the things they taught me, the principles they taught me, I keep them in my head every day. Now, when I tried to make more money, I realized I had to hire people, hire employees, hire assistants. So I started hiring people, PhDs, people with college degrees, people that are on paper, what should have been good. But they didn't have common sense. They didn't know the laws of the jungle, the laws of the economy. They didn't know the laws of making money. So I was like, I told my business partner, John, this is when I live in North Carolina, hey, I'm going to just write out like a handbook, like a 10 commandments of what my mentors taught me, and I'm going to make sure they learn it too. So I did that, and all of a sudden, I started making more money because my employees started knowing what they were doing. Well, years later, I had an idea. I was in Palm Springs. I said, why don't I just lay out? By then, I had more mentors. So why don't I lay out everything? And I took 10 whiteboards, and I wrote them all out, 300 things. So I said, I'm just going to train people in 300 things. And my cousin Aaron said, you can never train people to learn 300 things. You can't teach, hard to teach an old dog new tricks. You're not going to teach him 300 tricks. So I said, you know what? I just read this article that the average person takes 67 days to break bad habits and instill new ones. And so I said, well, I'll just narrow it down to the top 67. That's my 67 steps program. That original Here in My Garage video was all about introducing people to the fruits of my labor from implementing the 67 principles from my mentors. It was that car, you know, it was a Ferrari, but it wasn't just money. It was also freedom. I'm at a point in my life, if I don't like something, I don't have to do it. If I want to jet out, I jet out. More important than cars and money is freedom to do what you want, live your life. People out here dying. I see people, you go to like Starbucks or whatever, you go to, you see people on the side of the road working, and I'm not picking on people who work at Starbucks or people who do construction. I did construction, I worked at a cafe. But I'm saying you could just see it out their eyes that they're dead inside. They're like zombies. The massive men lead lives of quiet desperation. This is Thoreau. The massive men lead lives of quiet desperation. What's called resignation is confirmed desperation. Most people's lives is a life of confirmed desperation because nobody ever mentored them, even in school, on the principles you need to know to increase your income and become financially independent, to increase your net worth. Not necessarily be a billionaire, not necessarily be a millionaire, but to have enough money, they call it FU money, where if you don't like something, you stop doing it. If you don't like a person, you don't hang out with them. You're nobody's, I don't know if I can say this online, so I won't say it. You're nobody's B. So that's what the 67 steps are about. For those of you, and I introduced it in that Here in My Garage video, you know, hundreds of millions of people saw those videos. And I just saw actually on YouTube, it's like 1.7 billion minutes of YouTube, my YouTube videos have been watched since then. So here's the update. 67 steps is better than ever. It's an online program you can go through. I'm gonna put a link. I'll put the link below. I'll put it up here in the corners. Swipe up, whatever you're on. Go there. Go join the 67 steps. And some people are gonna be like, why should I do that? For all those of you who are highly cynical, do not do it. Because the first rule of the jungle, first rule from my mentors, first rule of the economy and making money is be open to new experience, open to new ideas so you catch trends before everybody else. So you're already late. I launched those 67 steps in 2014. I started putting them on YouTube in 2015. January 2015, Here in My Garage came out. So you're watching this years later, but you know what my mentor Joel Salatin told me? It's better late than never. It's better late than never. So grab the 67 steps. Go here to my website. I got some free training on the 67 steps, and or it's below here. It's free to watch on my website. Then I have the upgraded version if you want to see that. But at least see the free stuff. Every single day of my life. I mean, look. I remember growing up with a single mom. My mom made never more than $20,000 a year. Okay? I lived in a mobile home for a lot of my teenage years. I didn't know anything about money. I didn't know, you think I thought I'd ever have a Lamborghini or Ferrari? Nothing. You think I ever thought I'd be jetting around, private jet? No. Do you think I ever thought I'd have freedom? No, I thought I was gonna be in that 9-to-5 grind, like the whole world. But then I started meeting people who opened my eyes, and you don't know what you don't know till people open your eyes. And I put it all there. You may have a college degree. You may have dropped 100 G's or be 50 grand in debt. I'm gonna show you in the 67 steps. Really something you're gonna be like, wait a sec, I want my money back from college. I could have just gone through the 67 steps. I'm not saying this because I'm like, oh, Tai, you know everything. These are things that I was trained in. Some of them, the 67 steps, are my own concepts that I learned on my own, but half of them or more are from the best of the best when it comes to making money, becoming financially independent. So, you know, I never beg anybody. By the way, you know a cool thing on this Rolls Royce? That's a hand painting line. Only one person in the world's allowed to do that. A father and a son, actually. That line right there will cost you, I don't know, 20 G's. It's like a status symbol. I didn't actually spend an extra 20 G's. They said, do you want this Rolls Royce? When I bought this one, or actually this one I leased. Some of them I leased. It's funny. People came after I did my Here in My Garage video. They're like, oh, you're such a scam. You lease cars. Yes, law of the jungle, law of smart mentors told me. When you get depreciating assets like cars, if you can lease them, lease them. I've bought them before. I've leased them before. It's the same thing. You can tax write. You can write off things for your taxes often if you lease them. Another thing. I love how people in this world think they're so smart and they criticize because they got small minds and they go, oh, that's crazy. Forget all that. Let's cut to it. Give me 67 days. 67 days in the 67 steps. One video a day you watch, or one a week if you want to be slow. They're about 30 to 40 minutes. You can listen to them on the way to work. You don't even have to watch them. You can do audios. You know how many people have gone through that program since I did it? I don't know, 100,000 or 200,000 people. More people than went through, right? My nearest college here is UCLA. UCLA, I don't know, what, 20,000 people a year? So since 2015, they've had 60,000 people go through. I've had at least 100,000 more than that. And I'm not saying I'm better than UCLA and the 67 steps. They're different. But I'll tell you this, those college degrees aren't better. I'll tell you this, they're not better. They're better in some things, but they're worse in some things. Where's all the colleges and the high schools teaching people how to invest in real estate? Where's all the colleges and high schools telling you how to make your first active or passive investment? Where's the college or high school teaching you how to do taxes, how to sell online, how to do Facebook ads, whether you should own or lease or rent? Where's the high school or college teaching you in the new modern world how to build a business? Not teaching you principles. Man, I have a mentor who used to be a Harvard professor. He's still a professor. He told me he was here. He goes, dude, I just looked at like Harvard's MBA program. They're teaching people stuff. No offense to Harvard. I was invited to speak once at Harvard, so I don't want to talk too much crap about them because they're a great university in some ways, but I'm just going to be honest. Some of that stuff's outdated. You can't be teaching people stuff that worked in the 1980s. This isn't the 80s. World's changing faster than ever. Moore's law, exponential change is happening. So you need the most updated thing. That's why I haven't even put my 67 steps as a book. I haven't even put it as a book because by the time I print a book, it's outdated. 67 steps are videos and audios that you can listen to online, like an audio book, just like that. Go through this. It's going to change your life. Click the link, click the link there, or here. Get in. So anyway, that's my update. That's the update. That's a good car right there, the Dawn. Welcome to the Dawn.